I was there right from the start.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have one question. See, there are two parts. One is when we talk about POSH as a committee, and second, there are workmen who are protected workmen or workmen under the Industrial Dispute Act and Union Act. So any of these workmen, if there is a sexual harassment proven by the committee on this particular workman, who is a workman, who is a protected workman under the Union Act and the Industrial Dispute Act, can we bilaterally decide based on the committee's report to take a disciplinary actions, or post that do we have to go through the ID procedure of conducting inquiries and charge sheeting the employees?
Sir, if you can switch on your video, then it will be great help. So I will just go ahead with your complaint in two parts. Basically, first thing is the workman, which is being alleged about the sexual harassment. Now, the committee has worked upon it. Committee has conducted the inquiry, and committee has concluded in the report that the workman is found guilty. Okay. Now, the second part of it about the IR, that union, they are protected by the union and all that. Now, the moment you know that your company is having union, you are already, your workmen are protected by the union, and you are having those requirements in the proceedings itself. When we come to the first step itself, wherein we start conducting inquiry under the POSH Act. The inquiry itself, as we rightly said during our session, that the inquiry has to be conducted as per the Industrial Disputes Act. Because POSH Act do not give you how to conduct the inquiry. They just tell you that you have to conduct the inquiry and you have to conclude it within 90 days. So filing the charge sheet, doing the proceedings, and then covering all the proceedings and inquiry processes under the Industrial Dispute Act. So definitely here the ICC will have its role as a coordinator also, as a session court authorities, what ICC is having. Along with that, there will be a coordinator also for the ID provisions as well, and the inquiries can be conducted according to that, wherein you may be required to include one of the union representative for this if you are having that kind of a agreement sorted out with this. Obviously, the evidences cannot be manipulated by any of it. Evidences will be the factual basis. So whether ICC is doing this concluding the inquiry based on the evidences, the union cannot have any say until unless the evidences are in the favor of the complainant or the aggrieved person. Secondly, this is very important that the moment you include any third person in the inquiry, apart from the POSH committee, that moment what you have to do is you have to first take the declaration. The declaration is very important to keep the proceedings secret and do not disclose it in the interest of the aggrieved person, in the interest of the complainant, in the interest of all the witnesses, and also in the interest of the respondent. So as the POSH committee has the onus on them or the responsibility on them to keep all the things confidential, the third person may be included from the union representation shall be bounded to keep that confidentiality utmost.
Okay. So these proceedings can go simultaneously, you mean to say, like no, the POSH inquiry and the inquiry proceedings can happen simultaneously while we issue the charge sheet.
Yeah, they won't be then two different proceedings. They will be the single proceeding.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So internal provision can be done. Say maybe a committee can pass such kind of a resolution or can establish such kind of a decision. Okay, since the one of the person, now you talked about the respondent. Say suppose what if the victim is a protected workman, then
Correct.
obviously the union will come in the picture. So committee, when your committee is getting trained, yeah, your committee should be trained even to consider that. They should not think just from the angle of say posh, 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 but they should be aware
Correct.
about certain provisions of your union agreements as well as the ID Act.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Most welcome.
Hi,
Anybody?
Ashwini.
Hello.
Harish here.
Yeah, Harish.
Uh,
Yes.
Ashwini, can you explain me what is the stand of committee and who can be a committee member or something like that, please?
Yes, definitely. If you can switch on your video, I'll be happy to see your face. Uh, yeah, thank you. So
Yes.
basically, as we all know, the POSH committee, as I rightly said, shall be chaired by a women employee. Senior most women employee may not be in terms of the position and power, but should be the senior most employee who is aware about the organizational culture, and secondly should be capable of handling women related issues or sexual harassment related issues. The members can be, now say for example you are having say 4 departments within the organization, and they are equally crowded, means the equal strength in that those departments are there, then definitely you can select one person out of it. Or if at all say we are having a accounts department, you are having a HR department, but the strength of the department is not up to equal with the production or say marketing department or whatever, then definitely you can take a call. The act do not give you the criteria for selecting the members, but then definitely it talks about requirement of minimum 4 members on the committee. Okay, so usually you can have those people on the committee who are again having understanding of the sexual harassment first. Second, who are having the understanding of the organization's culture wherein they are working and the overall organization's working patterns. Third, they should be capable of handling that incident. Now, everybody may not be the presiding officer, everybody may not be the responsibility takers, but if at all any such incidents is happening around them, which may be unreported also, they should be wise enough to identify, sense it, and if they cannot take any action on that, they should be in a position to report it to the ICC for further action. So this is how. And the fourth and very important element of the ICC is an external member. You should have an external member on the panel. This is a mandatory requirement wherein the act do not talk about the qualification of the external member. It talks about the eligibility of the external member. Who can be an external member? Who may be a member of NGO, who may be the person from any organization which is working towards the interest of women, or a person who is knowledgeous enough to handle the women related issues and sexual harassment related issues. So there is no educational qualification criteria, but definitely there is a eligibility criteria wherein the person should be capable of. So this is how the composition is. And lastly, what we suggest is the act has given you the composition of 4-member committee, but we suggest up to 50 number of employees, you have that 4-member committee. But when you are crossing 50 numbers, then every 20 or 30 members, you please add on the one member. For every 20 or 30 employees, please add on one member in the committee, because the spread of ICC will be very good organization wide, and there will be hardly any possibility of any such incidences happening due to their surveillance, basically.
So this will be 3 plus 1, 3 internal, 1 plus 1 external. That's 4
Minimum,
minimum requirement.
minimum.
And what is the duration for the having the meetings?
Meetings.
Quarterly.
Now it depends upon what kind of a company you are or what kind of a working you are having. Okay, before giving this answer, if at all again this meeting ends, we will re-log in again. Okay, so we are already down with the time. Anyways, so the duration for the meeting can be as per the POSH policy which you have said. Now, say certain the hospitality industry wherein the employee turnover is also big and wherein the client turnover is also big. For them, definitely they have the frequency of 1 month of the meetings, or mostly even they have 15 days meeting uh, frequency also. But the organizations wherein there is no attrition much and there is a stable workforce within the organization, you can have a quarterly meet. The act is not giving you any frequency. It's up to you. But ideally, we suggest you have a quarterly meeting wherein you can discuss about the past quarter, what has happened, what was the strength of the employee, what any incidences reported, any inquiry proceedings happened, and anything which was beyond the capacity of ICC, which has gone on the legal level further. And then if with those questions, you can decide your directives for the coming quarter. That, okay, we shall concentrate on, say, communication more, we shall concentrate on the awareness sessions more, or we shall concentrate more on, say, inclusion of the employees or gender equality or whatever. So at least quarterly, you should have one ICC meet. And awareness sessions also, though you are not asked it, I will add to it that for awareness sessions for the employees, ideally, we suggest you should conduct it at least 2 in a year. One for every 6 months, and include your POSH policy into your induction training. So whenever new employee is joining, you are going to ask the employee go through your POSH policy, and whenever the awareness session is there, the better understanding can be inculcated. Minimum, I am talking about minimum frequency. The act is not giving you any frequency.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Thank you, Ashwini, for a lovely session.
Yes, thank you very much. So, are we having any more questions, or we are going to cut down over here because we are already having, say, 30 to 20 seconds go? Shall we log in back? Before we end up, I want to thank you all for attending this lovely session. And we are happy to announce that we are almost reaching 1,000 employees, 1,000 trainees count with this session.